The Best Wish. Once on a time there were 3 brothers. I don't quite know how it happened, but each of them had got the right to wish one thing, whatever he chose. So the 2 elder were not longer thinking. They wished that every time they put their hands in their pockets, they might pull out a piece of money. For, said they, the man who has as much money as he wishes for is always sure to get on in the world. But the youngest wished something better still. He wished that every woman he saw might fall in love with him as soon as she saw him. And you shall soon hear how far better this was than gold and goods. So, when they had all wished their wishes, the 2 elder were for setting out to see the world, and Boots, their youngest brother, asked if he might not go along with them. But they wouldn't hear of such a thing. Wherever we go, they said, we shall be treated as counts and kings. But you starveling wretch, who haven't a penny and never will have one, who do you think will care a bit about you? Well, but in spite of that, I would like to go with you, said Boots. Perhaps a dainty bit may fall to my share too, of the plates of such high and mighty lords. At last, after begging and praying, he got leave to go with them, if he would be their servant, else they wouldn't hear of it. So, when they had gone a day or so, they came to an inn, where the 2 who had the money alighted, called for fish and flesh and fowl, and brandy and mead, and everything that was good. But Boots, poor fellow, had to look after their luggage and all that belonged to the 2 great people. Now, as he went to and fro outside, and loitered about in the inn-yard, the innkeeper's wife looked out of window and saw the servant of the gentleman upstairs, and all at once she thought she had never set eyes on such a handsome chap. So she stared, and the longer she looked, the handsomer he seemed. Why, what, by the devil's skin and bones, is it that you are standing there gaping at out of the window? Said her husband. I think it would be better if you just looked how the sucking pig is getting on, instead of hanging out of window in that way. Don't you know what grand folk we have in the house today? Oh, said his old dame, I don't care a farthing about such a pack of rubbish. If they don't like it, they may lump it and be off. But just do come and look at this lad out in the yard. So handsome a fellow I never saw in all my born days. And if you will do as I wish, we will ask him to step in and treat him a little, for, poor lad, he seems to have a hard fight of it. Have you lost the little brains you had, goody? Said the husband, whose eyes glistened with rage. Into the kitchen with you, and mind the fire, but don't stand there glowering after strange men. So the wife had nothing left for it but to go into kitchen and look after the cooking. As for the lad outside, she couldn't get leave to ask him in, or to treat him either. But just as she was about spitting the pig in the kitchen, she made an excuse for running out into the yard, and then and there she gave Boots a pair of scissors, of such a kind that they cut of themselves out of the air the loveliest clothes anyone ever saw, silk and satin, and all that was fine. This you shall have, because you are so handsome, said the innkeeper's wife. The end of the reading, but not of the story. If you wish me to continue reading for you this or any other story of your choice, exclusively for you, in real time, directly to your ears via Skype, contact me here. To listen to a growing number of other sample stories read by me, click here. Thank you for watching and listening.